Namaste. Welcome. So normally when we release an asana, we exhale the breath out. So that's natural because as we entangle from the position, our energy exits the body. And we do that by expelling the breath out. However, there are elements which are complex or deep in nature that you don't want to suddenly just collapse the structure, because when you exhale, that's the inherent tendency of the body drops. And you don't want that to happen, especially in deep ones. For example, deep twist where you are binding the arms, or deep forward bends, because when you just exhale, the lower back might absorb the pressure of folding forward. Deep hip openers where you are rotating your limbs more than the average range of motion, as well as back bends. Really, to tell the truth, in all asanas or elements, we need to keep the space inside of our body open. Of course, this would vary depending on the nature of the position. For example, you're flowing, and you're just performing or practicing basic ones, the normal pattern is enough. But for example, you're holding a position, or even if you're flowing and you are performing those which will necessitate you to correct that buoyancy, this tutorial might help you achieve that goal. Alright, so we've been talking about this actually in the past few lessons, creating buoyancy inside the body. We will be practicing and applying the principle in an inversion, right? So the headstand, because when we are practicing the headstand, especially when we are exiting the asana, the weight of the body sinks back down, and we don't want that. So we want this part of our body open. So from the entry and then managing it while you're holding the position, as well as the exit, we're going to be performing and apply the same principle. All right, so I've mentioned that to create that buoyancy in the past tutorial, make room for the energy to enter by allowing the pathways, the spine, the three primary locks to open a bit. And you do that when you exhale. So similar as when you are about to jump forward, exhale. So just to allow that space to open, and then inhale, you're going to push away. It's the same with an inversion when you enter the position. So from there, exhale, loosen a bit. Inhale, lift the hips up behind you. And as you walk your feet forward, this is inhalation. And so you can lift the hips up with that buoyancy inside the body. And then exhale, place the crown of the head down, and then inhale as you inch forward. Alright. To enter, it's inhalation. Yes, for example, you can't finish the whole structure in one breath. You can just exhale, but don't allow your exhalation to feel heavy. Just make it light. And then while you are holding it, manage it effectively by lifting the breath up to the hips. Right? So the shoulders feel light here, no pressure at all. And the release, alright? So the release is an inhalation, inhaling. So keep drawing upwards to your hips, that inhalation. And from there, when your toes land the ground, exhale, inhale, move your shoulders away from the floor, walk your feet back, and exhale, place your knees down the ground. Good. It's the same principle actually. So as we lift or as we enter an inversion, we inhale it. In that way, the spine, inside elongates. But you don't bounce it actually. You don't bounce it. You want your breath to go light, like you're hanging the inner body upwards as you inhale. Since you are inverted, so the hips will rise up. Alright. So as you manage it when you're holding it, keep that breath flowing inside. And then when you exit, it's the same. So as you exit the position, as the weight of the body goes back to the earth, you counter that by performing that rising breath inside the body. Alright, so this will really help you, especially if your structure is quite, I would say, very flexible, because if we are flexible, especially around the shoulders and the hips, and then when we are performing an inversion, since we're too loose around those joints, so there's a tendency that when we exhale, the weight drops down quickly. Yeah, so this will really help you if you have very flexible shoulders, joints of the shoulders and the hips, so you prevent the weight of your body to be dropping down to those really sensitive joints of your body. Alright, so buoyancy. Now, celebrate that breath. You've worked hard for it, and then allow the higher functions of the breath to serve the purpose. Yeah, for not just asanas, actually, when you meditate later on, of course, we're gonna be applying this principle in a much subtle manner. It will really help you lift that energy up when you meditate in the latter stages of the practice. Yeah, so that's buoyancy in an inversion. Yeah.